All right, everyone. Welcome to Overwatch Pretenders Week 2. We are here with Breakthrough and Lightbringers Leftovers, a reformation of Lightbringers from last season. We are Overwatch Pretenders, and we're moving to our first map here, Hybrid. Looks like we're going to Hollywood. So I'm Moshi Man, and I'm joined here by my co-caster Forebears. Go ahead and
Hey,
lay down your info, Forebears.
yeah, well, we're talking about these teams. I think it's important to get a couple introductions out of the way. And my name is Forebears. I'll be one of your casters today, joined by Moshi. Ryan is going to be our streamer today. So, of course, show him lots of love back in the Overwatch Pretenders Discord. And we have a really exciting game in front of us today. Breakthrough versus Lightbringers Leftover. Breakthrough, of course, has this really solid core of people like Artemu, Hoot, Lust, that have stayed with the team since its inception last year. Lightbringers Leftovers, in contrast, have a bit more of a shaked up roster compared to that core last season. We think about people like Dork, we think about people like Cypher, who are these Lightbringers mainstays, but they have since moved on. And instead, we have a roster of Endo, King Crimson, Sunny, D30, Plugged In, and Kiwi here to really rally up the hype behind the Lightbringers and carry on that name. So really interesting matchup coming up. Our first map is Hollywood. What do you think we're going to be seeing in terms of compositions?
Well, on Hollywood, sometimes you see some mobility onto the first point, like they want to run Winston, take the high ground with D.Va, hold on that high ground to the right of the defender's first point, and
Mhm.
kind of go through and just rain down and see if they can get a pick. Maybe their
Mhm.
DPS will flank around the back. They can do that, or they can walk straight up through the front
That's
with a
very
with a Rhine
true.
shield, right? With a Rhine shield or something.
Exactly. And of course, I didn't get the opportunity to introduce the other team, right? And over on Breakthrough, we got Artemu, Hoot, ICU, Lust, one more PSI, and Quinn. A couple new pickups and one more PSI and Quinn. I'm really excited to see how they're going to function on this Breakthrough roster. But I know one thing's consistent, and that is those profile photos. Don't know if people will be able to see them, but they're all rocking the Florida Mayhem icons. And if that's not a good amount of team spirit, I don't know what is. What do we think we're going to be seeing here on defense? Because I know that Orisa Bunker has been a very popular composition coming out, but of course, we know that Goats isn't dead, and we know that Hollywood is one of the maps that people really like playing it on.
Yeah, I'm really not sure. It looks like they have that lined up already. The bunker with Arisa, and then they have D.Va. So maybe they have some people that are more skilled on other off tanks, and they just kind of want to flex them out and put them in
Right,
strong
right.
places, right?
Exactly. And then over on the other side, on the side of Lightbringers Leftovers, this time on attack, we do have Endo reprising his role as Reinhardt. He is a main tank through and through, playing for Action News Team and not playing for Lightbringers Leftovers, joined by that D.Va, that Zarya. I think we are going to be seeing Goats, even though Plugged In is rocking a current Doomfist. I don't know if he's going to swing that going in, but let's see what these guys have to say on attack and what these guys have to say on defense.
Yep, triple tank here, triple support from which team is
And
that? Lightbringers Legacy.
that's gonna be on the side of Lightbringers Leftovers. Exactly. They're going to stick with that 3-3 comp, right? Playing up against this Baptiste bunker. And well, it looks like they did get past sort of that first bit of open space. Now they're behind.
Yeah,
And
looks
now they're
like
just
they're
trying to
going
push
around
on
the back
point.
here. D.Va's popping her bubbles. They're kind of just meet them right here on the high ground, which of course is super hard to contest. A couple picks coming out. D.Va's out of mech, but the D.Va from D.Va also ICU also comes out of the mech there.
Exactly.
Visibility bubble there on the ground, keeping her alive for a second. But look at that bash. Just not being able to do enough damage. And Lightbringers Leftovers taking a lot out many.
Right. And it was that early Discord orb on the D.Va that really allowed that first DMech over on the side of ICU that really started snowballing this whole thing. Artemy also goes down. Endo takes that one with PSI, who took out Hoot earlier. And that's going to be a first push cap by Lightbringers Leftovers. And of course, the kills don't stop at all. Plugged In getting 2, D30 picking up that Mercy, which is going to be integral in dismantling this Baptiste bunker comp. And we got to start talking about the discrepancy of ultimates. Endo coming in with that Shatter, D30 Plugged In, Kiwi. They have the grab, they have these support ults, and so I'm expecting to see something like a grab Shatter coming out And they might be very aware that, hey, look, they swapped to 3-3, which means they don't have any support ultimates to really combo or work against that. So that's what I'm expecting to see in this coming match, or in this incoming fight, rather.
Yeah, Lightbringers leftovers have a ton of momentum here. Here comes
Ooh,
the Shatter out.
this big shatter coming out on the floor. I'll blink directly into that.
Even not able to eat it, and that's going to be basically a team wipe here.
And that's all she wrote. They're looking to stagger ICU. ICU knows what's up. They're just trying to die as much as possible, but everyone knows, hey, you know, they can't take out that diva at all until the very last moment. And they're not about to sacrifice their Zen for that.
Yeah, definitely not.
And once again,
smart for her to run back to the spawn room.
Yeah.
Rotate through too.
Of course.
And which alt charge.
And you know, even though the payload hasn't hit point 2 yet, right? So there's still this chance of contesting. I feel like they're really taking their sweet time with recontesting. That big shatter comes out on 4. That's another one coming out. And keep in mind, we haven't used any of these other ults yet. Of course, Breakthrough haven't gotten their first round of ultimates quite yet. King Crimson, Sunny, Plugged in Kiwi over on Lightbringers leftovers, already coming in and ready to snowball. And that's exactly what's going to go on here.
Yeah, as you can see, Breakthrough is pretty close to a few ults. Like they have Ryan finally, and then they also have Diva Bomb. And almost to their support ults, but they're going to need a little more than that to contest what Lightbringers Leftovers has, which of course is 4 ultimates here. Here comes the Vegeta ult.
Exactly, that rally did come out. Both support ults coming up from the side of Lightbringers Leftovers. That Shatter did come out. Endo getting 2 here.
Yeah, I think if you're Breakthrough right about now, you're feeling pretty bad. But also, you can look at this scoreboard. I mean, you may be really discouraged, but you can look at the ult board. You can look at the ult percentages and say, "Wow, we are in the place to turn this around. We can solve this last point. They have a 2 ult advantage, almost a 3 ult advantage, and it's time for them to rally. No pun intended. And get
and that might be what's going on right now. You know, with that rally coming out, that nuke and that grab.
But of course, Pepsi does have the trans to resist it. Only plus being taken out by the Diva Bomb and the grab combo. So Reinhardt, Quinn going down, 2 more down on the Breakthrough side, and this is not looking super hopeful for Breakthrough, unfortunately.
But you know what? Worst comebacks have happened, even though ICU is on the Baby Diva right now. Blessed getting the sound barrier off despite having a Discord Orb on him. They're just stalling for time now, and of course Quinn also with that sound barrier is going to help get that shatter over on Plugged in. Artemu coming out with that Doom Fist, looking to stall.
Yep, and this is going to be a wrap here. And wow, that was pretty close. I thought maybe that they were going to be able to pull it back through, but Lightbringers Leftovers taking round 1 on Hollywood.
Yeah, with 3 minutes and 29 seconds left on the clock. Honestly, more impressive comebacks have happened. I still have a lot of hope in this Breakthrough squad, and I know for a fact that a lot of people over in Overwatch Pretenders do too. But let's see what these guys have to say on with their roles swapped, right? With the people on attack on defense, people on defense on attack. There's a second round of this, and I'm not about to write anyone off just yet.
Yeah, maybe they feel more comfortable on the attacking position, and they're gonna just have a race car Sonic speed time. And
oh my goodness, have you seen that new trailer? Oh gosh, dude, that trailer looks terrible. Oh my,
have not seen it.
No one link it to him. Nobody DM at Moshi Man on Overwatch Pretenders and send him the Sonic the Hedgehog trailer. Nobody do that.
Yes, please, no one do that. Because
please, nobody do that and subject himself to that. But something that we should do is talk about these compositions. And it looks like this one's going to be a bit more of a traditional Zen Goats mirror.
Yeah, and we saw how that went right beforehand.
Right.
They tried some unique bunker on the first point, and it kind of got taken out pretty quickly. And I don't think they want to risk anything too unique on offense here. Their win is definitely or at least their tie is.
And ultimately, I think it's going to come down to the battle of D30 versus Hoot for Zarya superiority. I feel like those grabs and those bubbles are integral, not only in, like, of course, obviously getting a lot of kills, but also blocking others, like blocking these shatters with these bubbles or saving people who are putting out or being put in these really compromised or like clutch situations, right?
Yeah, it's super cool to see how bombs, graviton shields or whatever they're called, photon barriers, are leveraged for advantage here.
And Lightbringers Leftovers isn't giving up the high ground just yet, but now they're going to drop down on point. They're gonna meet Quinn's Reinhardt shield head on, and we're just now in the thick of it. Kiwi still keeping on the high ground, staying uncontested. I feel that Discord orb is going to help him a lot. I see when
Quinn tried to go for a shatter there, but he got taken out. Or with that endo, I honestly couldn't tell that there was a shatter, and they just got killed right in response. But both tanks, Reinhardt's are gone, and Lightbringer's legacy is
Lightbringers Leftovers are going to be the people, of course. They're going to be the people who are being sent back to the spawn room with their own personalized tombstones, as they're just looking to reset right now. And Hoot was somehow able to come back, probably scouting just a little bit, just to see see what would happen.
Yeah, like see how many spawns they have up and stuff.
Exactly.
So looks like Breakthrough did a little bit faster than Lightbringer's Legacy. Honestly, a little bit less stall there, but that's what happens with the bunker cop. So,
right.
Good job for them. Looks like Reinhardt's getting beat to a pulp here. Quinn going down. D30 taking him out. So many ults here for both teams.
And it looks like that shatter is going to be committed, even though they're right outside that spawn room. So has that sound barrier, you know, and perhaps it's because they have a lot of ultimates on both sides just to throw out this team fight. But I feel like I don't agree with that sound barrier on the side of Breakthrough. I think that could have been used perhaps in the next fight, but you know what? That they still have that Transcendence, they still have that rally, and they have a lot of sustain coming out.
Yeah, from both sides, there's going to be a huge trade-off here. It's just who gets the most advantage and value out of each ultimate. They're still right in this checkpoint here. Oh, here's a big Graviton surge right on the card. One more Pepsi using Trends to defend against it.
Right. Actually, two supportals were used that fight, right? Both the Rally and the Transcendence. That Shatter is going to come out as well, and we're going to see that both Beat and Transcendence clear out.
There we go. That was a big value play. ICU getting 2 off of Diva Bomb, which sometimes it's hard to get value from. So they use that grab to both control the team, and this is really going to push Lightbringers back.
Exactly, and they're looking to snowball off this. ICU, of course, you know, you see a lot of ICU on the scoreboard, you know, and you see a lot of that Zen on the scoreboard too. I can't understate the value of one more PSI's ult as well as Discord Orb when it comes to enabling his team and when it comes to allowing them to make the plays that they need to do. We still have rallies on both sides, which I'm anticipating that being popped this next fight.
Yeah, they're probably aware of, you know, kind of what each team has. But Endo Shatter might be kind of sneaky here. So if they take that, they know how to defend against it. But 2 support ults coming out. So as long as Pepsi doesn't get shattered,
and that shatter does come out. And it's going to be the Transcendence that's going to save them here. They still have that rally. They still have Artemis Rally, which they still could use a snowball. I'm surprised he actually didn't use it there, right? It's a very, very patient game on the side of Breakthrough. Artemis does go down here, which is not in that rally. I think this is going to be a Lightbringers Leftovers point.
Yeah, definitely. That was kind of an awkward thing. I think that I don't know. I think that it was just the trans saved them, but then they started to run away, and they didn't. It's like they didn't know that it was going to happen. Like they got shattered.
You know,
and nothing happened.
If I didn't know better, I would think that perhaps like the amount of aggression that Quinn is really giving to these team fights, they might be on a different page than the rest of their team, right? Because they have these moments of wonderful aggression, but then hey, look, they might not be supported by the rest of the team. We don't know, and this might be a classic example of that. You know, that shatter comes out, that sound barrier comes out, and those shields in many ways might be in the wrong places at the time.
Yeah, you know, positioning is huge here. As you can see here, right in the choke, tons of ults being thrown out. Both rallies from both teams. We saw both sound barriers. And then here's comes the Diva Bomb onto the backline. That's huge.
That's really big. Taking out both off tanks. Endo's going to be left out to dry here, but no, you know what? He does back up. Quinn and Artemu also getting some slots on that kill feed.
So that was a really good Diva Bomb. I think they were really out of position, and of course it was timed right with the flying shield box in there. So before Lightbringers Legacy can come back, Breakthrough has to get this point capture. Ryan on the back line. Here's a big shatter. Looks like they tried to combo the loot thing. But then here's the Graviton right on the side. But Breakthrough is just too scattered, and they don't have the numbers to take advantage of it.
Right, and ICU is going to be nastily staggered here, but no, it looks like Endo gave him a quick death and that's going to be actually a favor on the side of Breakthrough. Now we have started talking about ultimates. We see D30 coming up at 95% on that Graviton Surge, one more PSI on Breakthrough, obviously saving that Transcendence. But I think at this point it's going to be the battle of whether Quinn or Endo can get their shatters first. Quinn over at 70%, Endo coming up at around 60. But I mean, we know how fast Endo can build his shatter, and perhaps how aggressive he can be. He looks a lot more supported by Lightbringers leftover. That's for sure. So I think it's going to be these shatters, it's going to be this Grav, and it's going to be when they want to use that Transcendence. And here's hoping that PSI doesn't get picked out early.
Yeah, definitely. I think even though Endo is new
and,
on Lightbringers,
and you know what? And there's going to be a big shatter. Endo gets picked up. This is going to be a 0.2 cap by Breakthrough. I'm going to say it's all well and done.
Yeah, that was really good timing. I wasn't really 100% sure whether they were going to be able to push it through, but I think Lightbringers leftovers had expended their resources. And
but you know what? We're coming about a minute and a half on the clock, right? And that is not a lot of time to push this payload. Here's hoping they can finish out this map. Otherwise, this map might just go the way of Lightbringers leftovers.
Yeah, I definitely can see an overtime here, which is going to give them a huge advantage.
And of course, ICU taking that Diva Mirror, right? He does get a good amount of charge for Hoot. Oh, and that shatter was blocked. That shatter was blocked. This is the time for Breakthrough to be very, very aggressive if they want to be. They do. A shatter on 3 here, but that Transcendence is going to keep them alive along with that rally. And a grab.
Graviton, as they attempt to back out, this is going to punish them in a huge way. They have no ults to defend against it since they use both of their support ults.
Exactly.
On is fairly close.
And I hope they travel during the summertime, because they're getting just this one-way ticket back to the spawn room with 1 minute left on the clock.
Interesting. Something I've noticed about Quinn and Endo is Endo, despite being new to Lightbringers, is still really synergistic with his team, while Quinn, being on a team of players that have been together already, still has
and it looks like that nuke and that charge comes out. ICU still getting Endo and D30. That charge on the side of Quinn was clutch. I think that was definitely a life worth using. King Crimson getting Hoot as well. And Quinn coming back with Sunny.
Yeah, a lot of Lightbringers people getting taken out here. You're gonna want to look for big staggers and push up forward, because otherwise they're just gonna be able to meet them here on the last point.
And frankly,
with overtime, that's gonna be really difficult for them to push through.
And frankly, I cannot overstate the amount of patience I see one more PSI with that Transcendence. He's definitely waiting for this upcoming Grav, but it looks like it's this rally. It's this rally mirror that's going to allow them to still stay in the fight. That Transcendence is coming out early from the side of Kiwi and both support ults.
Yeah, he definitely held his finger there, as you saw Kiwi using his trans offensively. Here's a shatter through the cart. This is probably going to be the end for Breakthrough, and one more left on the cart. Only ICU left alive, but they're capturing the Grav, and Lightbringers leftovers.
There we go.
Map 1.
They take map 1. Hollywood goes the way of Lightbringers leftovers. Now, there were a lot of good points on both, right? But one of them is definitely this play by Endo. I think this is going to be the 3-man shatter over on, on defense with that Grav. There we go.
Yeah, this was huge.
That was really big. I really feel that both Endo and D30 are really coming up on that, on that synergistic stride. I feel like they've played with each other in pugs, they know how each other function. I feel like Endo can always think to himself, I can count on D30 to mechanically know how to build Gravs fast, so we can always combo these ultimates. I'm surprised that Breakthrough didn't play something like Sombra. I feel like an EMP could have dismantled Lightbringers leftovers composition so incredibly well. Perhaps they don't. Perhaps they thought it was a bad idea, or perhaps they're like, we want to still stick together and make sure we're getting the maximum area of effect healing going on. Yeah.
I think potentially that is something that happened. Maybe maybe it's as simple as them just not having someone who knows how to play Sombra, right? We're not at peak Overwatch level here. We're right around Diamond. So they could just not have someone who's confident. And confidence is, of course, really important. Not just to having fun, but to doing well.
Welcome to Dating Advice with Moshi. Confidence. Confidence is the way to get to the person of your dreams' heart. We're putting this out right now. But something that we will see in the future, definitely, regardless of, if you're doing anything, would be Ilios and Oasis Control, right?
Yep.
And
Next map is Control.
next map is Control, and we're meeting once again a duo of maps that we've seen a lot in Overwatch Pretenders, Ilios and Oasis. And right now it is Breakthrough's choice. They're still choosing. They're probably mulling it over with each other. Frankly, I'm an Ilios boy. I love playing Lucio, and Ilios just has the perfect amount of walls and the perfect amount of pillars to make me zip around the map as much as possible.
Not to be cliche, but I like it. I like playing Oasis a little more.
You like
I
playing
don't know.
Oasis? Okay.
Yeah, I think I like the tiered structure of each of the maps. Like,
Mhm.
uh,
Like
and
there's a lot
Ilios.
of high ground
Yeah,
on places like City Center, and there's always
yeah,
like that middle situation over in University, like that sort of thing.
yeah. And I don't know. I like Ruins, the Ruins map on Ilios, but
Hmm.
both of the other ones, Lighthouse and Well, I don't know. I don't really like how much um the environmental obstacles make
You,
that point. You
you
know,
can tell that Moshi's not a Lucio main by the way he says that.
you are 100% correct. Um,
And but you know what?
I don't like losing my 400 health pool getting booped off as Zarya.
No,
It's
no,
no
no,
fun.
that's fair.
I shouldn't be. I play it so I don't get one shot. You
Right.
know.
No, that's
So it
fair.
feels
I know,
bad. Feels bad.
and Breakthrough is really, really taking their time with choosing.
They are.
But in any case, in the meanwhile, let's take a look at Twitch chat. Pig Dog says King Crimson is not a JoJo reference. I have no idea what the reference is. Please DM me. Um, but yeah, do you have any Mother's Day plans?
I'm sending my mother a card and/or buying her a kitchen knife. I'm not quite
And
sure.
or buying her a kitchen knife? You haven't chosen yet.
No, I think me and my brother were gonna potentially go in on a gift, and that's what it was gonna be.
Right, right,
So,
right.
but the thing is, it's my brother broke her kitchen knife, and he wants me to
Oh,
pitch in. And
how
I'm
do you
like,
break the kitchen knife?
okay, well, he explained this to me, and it doesn't make any sense to me either. But apparently, the tip of the knife was bent already, and I mean,
Mm.
and it was bent by someone else. I don't know. And so he was trying to bend it back, and the metal of the knife snapped in half. And it's like a high quality knife. It's like a $90 knife. Like it was a Christmas present.
You've sold me.
Like
Definitely.
this is a big deal apparently. So
In any case,
uh
something that is also definitely sold to Breakthrough is their choice of Ilios, and they're gonna be going to Ilios. It looks like Forebears 1, Moshi 0. Definitely do not at Moshi in Overwatch Pretenders and tell him how I won. Definitely don't do that. At Moshi Man on Overwatch.
what about me? Maybe I said Hollywood first point. What are we talking about? We
I'm
didn't even
okay.
go over
To
this.
to be fair, I didn't say I wanted to play Blizzard World, right?
What did you want?
Hollywood,
Of course.
obviously. And it looks like both these teams are ready. We're going to the wonderful Grecian city of Ilios. Let's see what these guys have to say on a lighthouse, well, and ruins.
You know, something I do have to praise Ilios for is the art design of the map. I love the way it looks. It has a nice environment and it's always bright. Like if you've ever played King's Row and then you've played Ilios, you're like, I'm a vampire. It's so white and bright and beautiful.
You
It's
know,
got some things going for it.
Ilios is one of the, and I know they have like an evening or like a nighttime, or not a nighttime, like an evening version of this map, but I really wish they had like a night version of this map, like straight up like it's nighttime, all the lamps are on, and I don't know, like the lighting design in Overwatch is always something to be praised, and Ilios is one of the places that does it well. So I just want to see more of it.
I totally agree with you. I think the beam from that lighthouse would be super pretty.
Oh, that'd be ridiculous. And like maybe the beam would come down and whoever's in the beam gets like illuminated for next like 5 seconds. Like have environmental hazards that aren't just boops Blizzard. Do it. I'm ready.
Welcome to Arcade.
Welcome to Arcade and welcome to King Crimson on Doomfist. Lightbringers leftovers probably not sticking with that comp of Doomfist Sim Genji Wrecking Ball, but if they are, I mean more power to them. We're going to be seeing Zen Goats, but Quinn swapping a Torb, I don't know if that's there to stick.
You never know here at Overwatch Pretenders. There are some spicy memes or spicy strats. Your call which one these are.
But it looks like we will stick with that Zen Goat's mirror. We're going to be seeing a lot more of it for this round over on Ilios Whitehouse.
Sure are. Looks like both teams running up the right side of the map here. Lust getting an early scout on the high ground. And just trying to see who.
And now they're just trading back and forth. Endo, of course, taking a lot of space, pushing a breakthrough back into the point. Control point locks in 5 seconds. So this is going to be a really early fight for a point that isn't going to be capped for a little bit.
That huge amount of aggression has broken Quinn's shield, forcing him to kind of retreat. So Quinn, of course, breakthrough is on the point, but I feel like Lightbringers leftovers may have the advantage here.
Oh my god, what an early shatter on the side of Lightbringers leftovers.
He's taken out anyways, though, so it's a 4v2, 4v3, now it's a 4v1.
And now it's a 4v1, and Hoot's going to go down. And this first point, after 16, 17%, is going to go to the side of Lightbringers leftovers. But honestly, that was such a, Quinn built that shatter so fast. Oh my goodness.
They really did. I mean, as you can see, Endo has it too, but like just it felt like a huge surprise. I wasn't even looking at ultimates yet. That's
right. I mean, and I guess we have to now. Endo with Shatter, Sunny with Rally. Lightbringers leftovers have sort of the means to be a bit more aggressive here, as Breakthrough doesn't have too many ults just yet, right? Granted, those supportals are coming up. So is Rally, so is Nuke. Never mind, that is a lot of ults coming out. That Shatter is going to be stunned out. Rally's coming out from the side of Lightbringers leftovers, coming out with Breakthrough right now.
It looks like the Diva ate the Zarya Graviton, and so PSI didn't have to ult there. So that's going to be huge value, despite the Graviton not doing it.
But they're still going to get that grab and that nuke, and ICU taking out 2, and this point is going to go the side of Breakthrough. A lot closer of a second fight than Hollywood, granted. But I'm really excited to see where this will go. And if we're going to be seeing maybe a bit more DPS, maybe Lightbringers leftovers thinking to themselves, we gotta do something different.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it's clear that ICU has practiced grab
these bombs. Oh, of course. Like this is
practiced these. And it's really a treat to see, and it's super exciting.
And of course, ICU has this phenomenal defense matrix management. Able to eat grabs and able to very much like read when D30 is playing really aggressive. I think that's what D30's really big hallmark is, right? Playing this really aggressive game, and Breakthrough just looking to emulate that a little bit. Quinn pushing up a lot more, Plugged In just kind of coming up and trying to 1v1 Lust, but not going to get it. Kiwi still staying on high ground, getting these discords in very soon, getting that headshot over on Lust and on Hoot.
Kiwi!
Look at this, Kiwi! Look at this, and that's going to prompt an early Transcendence. And Artemu and Quinn are both going to take out Sunny and D30, even though Artemu does get set overboard. ICU is still on, and this is still a breakthrough point through and through. It is just 2 supports versus 2 tanks versus the world, but it looks like that Diva King Crimson is going to be coming back in. And
coming back around the back time, using beat to try to save the point. Here comes Diva Bomb, going to clear off the point.
And I think that was just for a remake. That must have just been for a remake.
I mean, and honestly, it wasn't a bad time because it kept them off the point for a second. Huge shatter coming here, taking out ICU and keeping them finalizing this team fight.
Right. Now, if I am Breakthrough right now, like they know they got it to 99. They know they got it to 99, right? And right now, of course, Endo did throw out that shatter earlier, right? Which I want to say that currently Breakthrough might have the ult advantage just because they have that shatter, right? Even though both supports from the side of Plugged In and from the side of Kiwi, they do have them on the side of Lightbringers leftovers. I think that shatter and shatter placement is going to be the big haymaker in Breakthrough's win condition.
Definitely. If they can, if Breakthrough can force Lightbringers leftovers to use either both support ults or bait Kiwi into using trans offensively,
right?
They can definitely clear them through. If they have 30%, 20%.
Right.
No,
that grab is coming out. Oh my goodness! On the side of Hoot, one more PSI and Quinn taking out 2. They did trade Reinhardt's. And that rally from the side of Artemu is going to keep everyone on Breakthrough very alive, armored, and healthy.
Definitely is. Here's the trans coming out from Kiwi, protecting his team, but the numbers are there. Are we going to see Plugged In? Oh, he gets stunned. He's going to probably try to...
One more PSI.
There's the beat.
And that Shatter's going to come out on the side of the Lightbringers leftovers, and with a counter Shatter on the side of Quinn. West taking out Plugged In, and maybe that counter Shatter just wasn't enough. Maybe it was just a little late. And it looks like IC does get charged by Endo. He's gonna come back directly into the fight. Quinn taking out King Crimson. who then in turn takes out Quinn, Lust, and I see you all going down as well. This side's going to go 99-100. The side of Lightbringers leftovers.
Yeah, that was pretty close. I think that the alt timing from Lightbringers Legacy leftovers. I'm gonna do that all night, guys. It was just more fortunate. I wouldn't want to say that they're lucky, but you know, just everything that stacked up. They were less pressured since they already had the point. They were able to focus, and I think also Breakthrough was having trouble focus firing after they got disrupted, which is of course really difficult to do. But otherwise, a great fight from both sides, right?
And I think this is a good example of how close these sort of games can get, right? And but we don't have time to talk about that right now. Right now, we're going to talk about this floats comp with Quinn over here on Winston. Coming up against a classic Zen Goats comp from the side of Lightbringers leftovers.
I think this might be hard for Breakthrough, but Quinn, I mean, has been performing very well on Reinhardt, so it's very exciting to see what his monkey will be.
And you know, for me, I can't help but sort of tip my hat on the side of Kiwi and on the side of Plugged In, right? I feel like those support ults and just isolation of whatever main tank is on the enemy team. In this case, it's Winston, but those Discord orbs on the tanks have been integral in just keeping this point or points on the side of Lightbringers leftovers. That's exactly what's going to go on right now. No one's contesting Kiwi, right? Like, they have a Winston, they have a Diva, they're ready to dive people like the Zen, people like Kiwi, but that just doesn't happen. And then I mean, I want to say that like that Kiwi stats really say it all.
Right, yeah, it seems like that Kiwi is really just being left alone, and kind of Pepsi is too, but Pepsi seems to have a trend to play with the team more, which just incidentally gets you killed more.
Right.
Which is totally fine. Like, that's not a problem. But it's showing that it works well with the Lightbringers leftovers team strategy. So.
Exactly. And of course, you know, Plugged In getting a bit more of that scout, Breakthrough, staying together, less getting that sound barrier, and it's off to the races as Primal comes out. That grab gets eaten. ICU is on Gravitron watch right now. Crimson does get one more PSI, Boot and West getting one of their own, and this looks like it's going to be a breakthrough point, even though Quinn does go down early as a result of that Discord orb, right? There you go. That Shadow's going to come out as well.
Shatter didn't really do anything there, and it looks like Kiwi just kind of trying to use this to... Oh, here's another one of these! Not getting anyone. Reinhardt's shield's still alive. Brigitte is not able to stun him out of protecting the team there.
Right. And if I were Breakthrough right now, if I were Breakthrough right now, I would look to disengage as soon as possible. I think that's exactly what they're doing. They're calling for a regroup. And they're saying, hey, you know what? We're pretty sure they don't have Transcendence, because we definitely do. One more PSI coming out with that Transcendence. Ready to use it up on this next fight.
Yeah, for sure. It's super hard to push sometimes through this, past this mega point, this small little jump.
Ooh, and that's going to be a very, very nice pick. One more PSI taking out Kiwi, and they're going to say, we have Transcendence. They don't. Time to go in. And Boot joined by all the supports are going to do that. Quinn's going to take out Sunny. And this is right now a clinical retake on the side of Breakthrough. No one's dying here.
Super clean. Holy crap.
This is the way to do it.
They got that one pick on Kiwi, and then they were like, okay, focus fire Reinhardt. And then like, okay, Brig is not fast enough. Let's kill her too. And then it was 3v6 and there was no chance. No chance.
And it looks like right now, it looks like that violence train isn't stopping. For them, violence is usually the answer, as they're being even more aggressive, trying to put a lot more pressure on the Ryan shield. Of course, Endo with that Zen Orb is going to still stay steadfast and just push in. And that Shadow's going to come out on two.
Shatter on the backside. They're going to use Primal and Beat to kind of defend against that Shatter, which of course is two ults versus one. But here's two supports coming out from Lightbringers leftovers. And then we got Diva Bomb on the back line. That kind of getting one go.
Not going to catch anyone.
Out there.
I know.
Diva Bomb.
And that is going to get Sunny. You know, it's still going to prompt Breakthrough to be a lot more aggressive. They did both use rallies earlier, right? But they're just chewing up so much of that. And that's going to be a Shatter. That is a 4-man Shatter followed up by a 4-man.
It's a second Shatter from Endo in that fight.
Someone clip it. I want to see if it took them less than 20 seconds, because apparently that's how long it took Jonak to build Transcendence, right?
Yeah, that was pretty insane. Both that Shatter and that Trans was just super clutch.
And right before we... Great job, Lightbringers leftovers. And right before we go into halftime, I want to quickly ask you a question. Moshi, currently, who is your player of the match?
Oh, well, we've seen a lot from both Reinhardts here.
Mm,
I would think that, yeah, and I haven't really been paying that close to it because there's been so many great plays. We've seen a ton of great plays from ICU, just comboing with Diva Graviton.
right.
I would say that the most critical play we saw was who is it that Kiwi taking out two on
Right.
Ilios one. He just with orbs, he took out two, and it allowed Lightbringers leftovers to retake the point after Breakthrough had held it. You know how they had that
Right.
early aggressive start,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
but then Kiwi swooped in and was like, I'm gonna just kill a support and a DPS or like another tank or something. I don't
Hmm.
recall who it was, but that
Yeah.
that allowed them to put all that pressure on the
And
point.
for me, if I had to give sort of like one player of the match from each team, on the side of Lightbringers leftovers, it's Kiwi. It's hands down Kiwi. His positioning's been insane. I feel like the communications within the Lightbringers leftovers sort of chat has been very much like, all right, here's like, it's almost like Endo is saying, I want to attack this person, and Kiwi makes sure the Discord gets there. Typically, it's kind of the other way around. They're calling out Discord at targets. I feel like for Lightbringers leftovers, it's very much, I want to attack this. Okay, let's attack this because now I have a Discord orb on it. And I'm really, really appreciating the amount of coordination that Endo and Kiwi have with each other. On the side of Breakthrough, I have to give it over to over to ICU. This man needs grabs like nothing else, and I feel like it's that sort of game sense that is really putting sort of like D30 on the watch, right? On the watch for, hey, okay, hey, where's his diva? And really kind of getting in his head, especially during that first Ilios round. But in any case, we'll see you all in 10 minutes. Halftime starts now. Once again, this is Forebears and Moshi. Ryan's our streamer. Give him lots of love. And we'll see you in a bit.
Peace out, guys. See you in 10. All right, guys, welcome back to Overwatch Pretenders Week 2. We are here with Lightbringers Leftovers
There we go.
versus. Uh, you tripped me up, man.
Well,
Breakthrough.
what's the second team?
It's Breakthrough, guys. We're here with Breakthrough, Lightbringers Leftovers. Lightbringers Leftovers has a 2-0 lead currently on Breakthrough, but we've seen great performances from both teams here. Both doing a great job. We had some all-star players. We've had some great Diva Bombs. We're moving on to round 3, where we're going to have the assault maps, which of course is Paris or Volskaya. Volskaya is one of my favorite maps. How do you feel about assault in general, and what do you think about these teams on Paris?
So, how do I feel about assault in general? So, like, I'm not a fan of 2CP, much like a lot of people sort of in Overwatch in general. But I really like Volskaya. Volskaya is the only 2CP map I like, right? Just because I really like the amount of like flank routes you can take. There's always like that window up top. There's always the going around. But unfortunately, we're not going to see Volskaya here because Breakthrough chose Paris. So we're going to be seeing a good amount of, I'm expecting bunker here from the side of both teams on defense, just because that first choke is incredibly hard to break through. But
you cracked me up.
But in any case, like, we're talking like Eichenwald pre-rework levels of maybe people haven't figured out this choke just yet, right? But 2CP in general, not a fan. Paris, really good art though. Like, it's a beautifully designed map. I wish that it was less orange. I feel like this map is too orange. I will say that though.
I mean, we just talked about Ilios being super bright.
Right, and this is like
Evening.
this is like how my computer screen looks because I have like Flux installed and it's like a blue light filter.
Same thing.
Right,
Same
and
thing.
so, and that's how I know that, hey, we got to take that off, because when this map comes up, when I have that blue light filter installed, it's just everything's on healing. Like, everything's fucking orange.
I can't see those heads, so I can't get those headshots. Oh wait, I'm Lucio.
Oh wait, I'm Lucio. Hey, did you see that like clip from Sky earlier? Like the one that's like, oh, Lucio's a sniper? No? Nah, I'll DM it to you later. But something that we're going to see over on the side of defense on Breakthrough is going to be that Orisa Baptiste bunker. And that's a lot of HP, and that's a lot of invincibility, and a lot of stuff to chew through before you get to that primary DPS, that bash that's being pocketed by the Mercy. On the side of Lightbringers Leftovers, though, as we come off to the races, we're going to see this triple DPS dive. Triple DPS record ball dive.
Look at this. We see Sombra here. King Crimson on Sombra, definitely knowing that we're going to have this bunker gun, right?
They got the early scout, and they're swapping a traditional Sombra goats, or just traditional goats with Moira this time. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be hard either way for Lightbringers to push through this choke point.
Right.
As we know, this bunker works super well. It's definitely going to be very effective compared to the Hollywood strat. Looks like they're going to try to go around the right side here.
Exactly.
A little bit of damage, but they're going to heal it up. And still kind of in a standoff here, but Lightbringers did make some advancements and are very right on the heels of
exactly.
Time stall, right? And time stall is perfect. Exactly what Breakthrough wants.
And they were able to go behind here, right? Now they're in sort of like the backside. They're ready to drop on point, and now it's almost like Breakthrough is on the defense, right? And they're like, oh, we want to now contest point, and we have to come to them, and that's exactly what people who are playing goats want.
Yeah, this is super awkward for both teams. They're hiding behind the pillars. They know that Bastion is not being valuable if you literally shoot the team. So Junkrat all coming out from the back line, taking out two supports. That's huge here from Art. Oh my gosh.
Taking out Endo, and that's a complete dismantling of goats right here. They're going to look to trickle King Crimson as much as possible, but he has an easy out just in the back. Artemu on Junkrat was the person who really allowed Breakthrough to just easily hold this point. And oddly enough, I'm anticipating a similar result this second point, because I feel like pushing right side and taking that cover route is almost the only way to avoid this Bastion, right? Because if they go sort of around the left side, all of Breakthrough is going to be on the high ground. That Orisa, that Junkrat, that Bastion is all going to be raining down on you, and you don't want that on anyone.
Yeah, in the words of Flex Seal. That's a lot of damage, so we don't
Oh
want
my god, that's a lot of damage. And it looks like a lot of damage coming up from the side of Hoop and the side of Quinn, ICU, and the rest of Breakthrough. And Artemu sort of also putting pressure on that other doorway. That Amp
Here comes
Matrix
the-
is only going to help.
from Breakthrough. They're looking to kind of be pressuring the attack of Lightbringers. Not getting a ton of value, but D30 does go down, which will definitely cause Lightbringers to retreat.
Exactly.
Endo is split off from his team, and the only one able to help him is Lucio. While this set of 3, they're going to be flanked, and that pincer maneuver is going to take them out potentially if Endo and Lucio can't come to their help.
Well, right now it's a 6v3, right? Like right now it's a 6v. I totally didn't mean to talk over you, by the way, but like they were split apart right now, and now they are sort of coming back together. That tire's going to come out. And he's beating and oh gosh, there's so much going on.
Yeah, it's all happening in this extremely small room. Lightbringer's legacy leftovers coming out kind of on top though, as we saw from the kill feed. Breakthrough not able to sustain their bunker comp. They kind of got stuck into that room, and there was just so much damage that it was very difficult for them to take advantage of the
Exactly. Yeah. On reflection, Breakthrough did get 3 picks early on. They went to go take out the other 3 by flanking around. During that time, both it was Endo and Sunny came back. Endo charged in with that repair pack on him, and they were all able to clean up with sort of their group, like sort of brought back together, right? And now, as we're coming in over here on second point, it looks like nobody's changing comps quite yet. Breakthrough's holding up on a left side here.
It's been interesting to see how quickly ultimates get used on the first point. We weren't really able to have a chance to talk about that. So definitely something to look for on the second point where there's a little more space here.
Right. And now Quinn, of course, being really aggressive because Endo does have that Discord orb on him. Now it's on King Crimson. But right now, it looks like Breakthrough is just looking to rotate toward the point. They're not going to let this go anytime soon. They're doing a really good job managing their shield. And really staying as a group. King Crimson is going to get demeched. And it looks like it's going to get Artemu here.
Big old shadow coming out from Endo. That's going to get 3 people. That's massive.
And it looks like ICU's also going down. And that's going to be 3 minutes, 26 seconds left on the clock. I mean, much like how all of our attention was sort of pointed to that right hallway, it's quite possible a lot of break attention was pointed toward that right hallway as well. Well, right when, from our perspective, it's left from the side. You guys know what I mean.
Well, whichever team you're allied with, it was in the hallway near the piano. Or the globe.
Exactly. That's what we're going to call it. We're going to call it Globe Hallway. There you go. That's your new official OWP call out.
Welcome to professionalism. Here we are, the professional casters of professional leagues.
Hey.
Professional people.
Hey.
We definitely get paid.
Much like how people in Overwatch Pretenders are all going to get better, us casters aren't perfect. And you know what? We're looking to get better as well. So as always, if you liked what you heard, let us know. If you didn't like what you heard, hey, let us know too. Sort of feedback helps out a lot and helps us improve future games coming your way. And that includes like casting, that includes streaming, that includes, I don't know, like what you guys want to see in terms of who you want like focused, right?
Yeah, and if you guys have any good ideas and want to join, the team here at Overwatch Pretenders, feel free to apply. I believe we currently have caster tryouts kind of just open.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
it's
open. It's open all the time.
It's kind of like, yeah, it's like you want to cast, maybe we'll trial you as a caster and we'll see if it goes good.
Which is a nice way,
right?
Yeah, which is a nice way of saying if you think you can do better, fucking put your money where your mouth is, hot shots. Anyway, we're gonna be seeing a good amount of a Baptiste bunker coming up against a Pharmacy triple DPS dive. Wait, triple DPS, quad DPS. With a Mercy and a Wrecking Ball. This is going to be something exciting.
Very interesting.
I don't know what to say. I mean, there's so much damage coming out, but there could also be not a lot of healing coming out.
I think they're probably going to be looking to combo the hack with, like...
With that barrage, probably. Yeah,
barrage,
exactly.
Something to make it really hard for, Lightbringers to defend. Like, here's Tracer on the back line.
And of course, Quinn's just gonna look to take a bit of progress, sort of pulling out King Crimson's aggression. And now they know that that Diva's not on that Bastion. That Pharmacy of Lust, as well as Artemu, is looking to get a couple picks. Quinn's going to take out King Crimson.
Very interesting. Getting D-Neck, D30 also going down after getting distracted to Art on the Pharah. Pharah is just able to kind of keep them in that house, raining down explosive damage.
Right.
Not taking anyone out yet, but there goes Endo, popped up into the air by a bomb. And look at that.
Like that barrage is going to allow them to get that second tick of progress. Sunny on Junkrat. Sunny on
Trying to
Junkrat.
contest. Yeah, really trying to contest.
Kiwi on Baptiste. That's two heroes and a dream.
This is huge from Breakthrough. They are steamrolling right now. Like, they have so much momentum. 6:29 left on the clock for them to attack this last point. They can kind of take their time. As you can see, Lightbringers Leftovers doesn't have any ultimates right. They switched off their comp, their support.
They did swap.
And the only ults coming up are both King Crimson and ICU on Sombra and Diva respectively. So.
And Kiwi is swapping to Ana. They're going to swap over to Ana Goats. I think they're looking at one more PSI's Transcendences. They're looking at, a lot of that, like, that armor pack health coming out. And they're like, you know what, we want to deny all of those. So anti-nade is the way to go. And that's exactly what their mind's going to be. I'm expecting to see some really fat anti-nades coming out. And that one didn't exactly land on anyone, as people are just going back and forth.
Yeah, just kind of a little poke war here. Seeing who can get what pick. Art and ICU down. This is really huge. Breakthrough kind of getting team wiped here.
Right. Even though that hack did come out on the side of on side of Breakthrough, looks like there just wasn't a good amount of follow-up. And I think ICU had a good idea there. Maybe they were waiting until, they were about to have that grab, they were about to have that shatter, or even that nano, and just look to hack and kill, right?
Right, yeah, of course, hack is something you have to combo with, like,
right.
The ultimate combo enabler, and it just amplifies the effectiveness of the ults you already have.
But hack is also gone because they did swap over to Diva now, right? ICU reprising his role as the Graviton Dragon. Looking to munch on.
I think they wanted to just get rid of that ult here, but look, the Hearts are kind of swinging their hammer, both shields getting kind of low. Diva Bomb coming from the backline, that's going to grab one more cutscene, or one more PSI. And Endo swinging his hammer.
And Endo is really low right now. How did he get
dead? Sorry, Endo.
Sorry, Endo. It'd be like that sometimes as Nano comes out on the side of D30. I think D30 might have grabbed very soon.
Oh, yep. I thought that Graviton got 8, but ICU able to defend his team a little bit. Okay, well, interesting here. Zarya and ICU definitely separated. They're looking for that stagger.
And they're looking for that stagger. Hoot goes down earlier with Endo. This is going to be a nasty stagger if they do get it. And D30 does with a punch to the face.
Zarya using her very strong arms to take you out. Do not worry, Diva, little baby.
I still think that tank melees should be stronger. Like, just like thematically, right?
So Roadhog should just have like a one-shot melee, right?
He has enough one-shots as is. We're gonna leave Roadhog alone right now. And it looks like right now their Breakthrough is still sort of pushing in to that right hallway, right? It looks like they don't want to give up this path. Maybe it's this path that they're like, you know what, we want to fight up against this low high ground as much as it is. These rallies are coming out.
Here comes the double support ult.
Triple support ult, yeah.
Oh my golly.
And a grab coming in, getting all of Lightbringers Leftovers. And it looks like they really go down.
Breakthrough taking pretty much everyone out there. But look, a counter Graviton with no follow-up. Let's see.
And that's going to be a team kill from the side of Breakthrough on Lightbringers Leftovers. Plugged in, trying his best to stall as much as possible. And we're looking at a long Paris game. Maybe this is the time for the comeback.
We sure are, man. Like, we could see a reverse sweep here. It's 2-2, and these times are almost identical. Like, well, they were when I looked at it last, but only 20 seconds apart, 19 seconds apart, and that's, that can make or break a game, but like that's close enough to give each team an equal chance here.
That's very true.
So definitely exciting stuff coming out from Breakthrough. Looking not shabby or shy in the face of Assault. Faced by Lightbringer Leftovers. Like, it's just...
Do you think it'd be too politically incorrect for me to be like, hey, I hope there's no Ash here, because there's a lot of burning in Paris as is? No?
Free!
The Cathedral? It's literally like over there on the right side. Like you see.
Attackers
No, all right, never
incoming.
I
mind.
think it's too soon, guys. I think it's too
Oh man, fair enough.
you know, it's too soon. It's too soon. But it's immortalized and forever remembered here on the Paris map in Overwatch, and something that has been lost or damaged will what is the word?
Let's talk about
Memorialized.
compositions.
No,
We
dude,
have
it's
goats.
memorialized. We love buildings, architecture.
Attackers incoming.
And it looks like another thing that's here to stay forever seems to be goats, because that's what Lightbringers Leftover is going to be playing. Coming up against another, it's really that same comp, that quad DPS Mercy Ball comp from the side of Breakthrough. And that's what's happening.
Sure is, sure is. No bunker comp this time. I think the bunker comp is extremely committal, right? It commits to a position, and if it gets broken up, it's really hard to be flexible. And with this limited amount of time they have remaining in the time bank, I think they need to be able to move around and kind of adapt more.
Exactly. And it looks like they're doing the exact same thing that they saw their counterparts doing, taking that side into the police station.
And moving all the way back, right? Moving all the way back through.
And just
And
moving
look,
all the way
the
back.
bunker comp would not allow them to follow in this same way. And Endo and everyone else are able to rotate and cut them off at this choke. And this little door is totally impossible to push out.
Right, and I don't know what situation I'd rather be in, trying to push out this door or throughout the OG choke to begin with, because they weren't exactly running bunker, right?
Not at all. I see
Exactly.
you diving onto the point, trying to make some space for his team, but getting taken out along with Quinn and Lust. ICU, Artemu, there goes one more PSI.
And there is a good amount of plugged in on the kill feed. Look at this DPS Lucio. What is he doing, the madman?
He's mad. He's the maddest of hatters.
But that also means he's going to be getting his beat a full 23% before Lust, along with Kiwi already having Transcendence, Endo having Shatter, and on the side of Breakthrough, I mean, they're coming up on their own support ults themselves, right? But I think that in terms of ult advantage, Lightbringers Leftovers have a bit more leverage here.
Definitely do. They have Graviton first. Like, that's massive just by itself.
Right, we have 6 ults actually on the side of Breakthrough. And it looks like 2 ults are being devoted right here: the grab, the shatter, and now actually the nuke. Getting 3.
Getting a massive bomb.
And that's gonna be, I think that's gonna be play of the game. Calling it right now. Not every diva can be stellar, but King Crimson is one of them.
Yeah, King Crimson I believe is actually newer or newish to playing diva, which is some sort of role swap. I don't recall what they played before, but diva is a new hero.
Is that right? I thought they always played off tank for what is it? Night Ops Academy?
Something like that. I really don't recall.
Back in season 1?
But people have been saying, oh, it's so weird seeing King Crimson on divas, but he's doing a great job so far. As Breakthrough rotates right to the point,
And that's
taken out of mech, and they're going to crawl it out here.
And I can't help but think that it's the okay, well, rather, we'll get to that thought in a little bit. That shatter comes out right now. I was about to say that it was the slow swap to shield tanks. They were on ball first. Now Quinn went to Reinhardt. I think it was that lack of shields that allowed a lot of early ult generation to happen. And as a result, they were able to just sort of keep that advantage throughout the entire fight. A full hold from the side of Lightbringers Leftovers coming up on round 3 of Paris.
Yeah, not an unsurprising thing. Breakthrough held the point for almost the same amount of time on the first map, but they just had that extra amount in the time bank without the round being completed for them to finally finish up, to let them walk onto the whatever, you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
They have really less time, and it's like the pressure is on, so you could make decisions that may not be or may be more beneficial. Reactions. It's all big sometimes.
Now I have a question. If there are people in Twitch chat who are like, hey, shout me out, I'm allowed to say no if they don't give bits, right?
I mean, you can say, give bits and we will shout you out as a guarantee.
All right, you heard it here first. Give bits and we'll shout you out as a guarantee.
We'll shout you out. We'll shout you out if you subscribe. If you use Prime Sub.
Oh my goodness. Or an actual Twitch stream.
We will also shout you out if you follow. even though we don't know if you follow or not. We'll try.
We'll
Be like, yo,
also
I follow. We'll shout you out.
we'll also shout you out if you just give us compliments.
Attackers
Like if you're
incoming.
like, hey Moshi, you're a cool guy, you'll be like, oh thanks, 4B.
Thanks. Yeah, I'll be like, yo,
Thanks.
thanks, Forebears. You're also a very cool person.
Hey,
Anyways,
thanks.
Look at
Let's get
Overwatch.
back-
We've got the bunker comp, guys. We've got the bunker comp. Shredding the shield. Lightbringers, leftovers, moving around the right side. But Kiwi already taken out, and Endo
Ooh.
barrier is broken.
And that's going to be such a big advantage on the side of Breakthrough. Artemu is now sort of staying on low ground, almost kind of going around, throwing a lot of grenades in the back line, which really allows almost nowhere for them to go. Artemu also getting that damage boost. He's really just going back and forth, just throwing out as much damage as he can, building up this tire already at 70%. That's gonna be integral to a long-term hold here.
If he wants to keep Endo's shield down, they have so much damage with both Junkrat and Bastion that shield can just be shredded so instantaneously. It's up right now though, as they attempt to rotate to the point without that small
Right.
choke.
And they only need one
Tire.
tick.
Well, get taken out.
Yeah.
You're not getting any value from that.
Of course, Quinn and Hoot just right there throwing out so much damage. Hoot getting taken out Endo, Artemu on the side of plugged in.
Yeah, Breakthrough looking very strong here. Only a few left from Lightbringers leftovers, and definitely forcing them back to the point. They're trying to get some residual value and not get staggered, but they're just gonna have to back off completely.
Oh, and that pick from Artemu is gonna be huge on the side of Kiwi. Kiwi, phenomenal Zen. Moira, maybe Moira's not good right now. I don't know.
All right, I've got an update in chat regarding
Oh.
King Crimson.
Oh, tell me.
He used to play DPS or Brigitte and was a Genji main.
And was a
currently-
Genji. Okay.
Yeah, and is currently playing Diva. So very exciting news. Great to see how flexible you can be as a player, and that's just great to see. So
Fair enough. And you know what else was really close? That early pick over on D30. He did go out earlier. Now he's sort of grouping up with a team, and I think what's going on is that they're looking for like a sound barrier engage, and then they're gonna just grab and just see what they can do.
yep,
And
and
if
got
they-
a couple ults here, which I'm assuming they'll throw out. Massive fire strike there. Endo,
Right.
Shatter. 5 ults, 4 ults on the Breakthrough side. They
And
hold
now
it.
that
Look at
tire is
that
gonna
tire.
come out. Oh, that's gonna be huge.
Taking Endo down. Holy cow.
Holy cow.
So they're
And
kind of trapped here without their shield tank, so they can just stand out.
And I'm surprised that Breakthrough isn't being more aggressive here. Like, if anything, they lost their main tank. Now's the time you want to go in with things like that bomb, with things like Supercharger, right? And just continue to trickle more people. Unless they're just focusing all their stuff on Endo, and that's exactly what's going on.
Which is a
They're just-
legitimate strategy. They have to watch the point here. If Endo's able to make it back. Nice.
That's
I see you
very
able to
true.
defend and kind of move everyone off the point. Arc hitting himself by himself.
Right. Endo on the point right now. Still on the point. He was able to charge in. That Supercharger and that Valkyrie comes in on the side of Breakthrough, but I mean, it's right now it's a Bastion and a Dream right now for Breakthrough.
Oh my gosh! Oh, I thought I was watching so closely I couldn't speak there. I thought that maybe Hoot was going to be able to get someone with that all.
But alas.
But Lightbringers leftovers taking.
Alas, that is all she wrote. Lightbringers Leftovers is going to be your victors in this match between Lightbringers Leftovers versus Breakthrough with a 3-0 series. We're still going to play our fourth map. That map differential is important. And
Sure
well,
is.
you know what? Add that over to the victory books.
Yeah,
Shake
no,
Hill.
really great from both games. You know. Oh, we got a sub, guys.
Shake Hill,
We
thank you
got
for
a sub.
subbing. Oh my goodness. Thank you for lining Spidey's pockets. Oh, that's gonna that is a whole $5. That is a whole 500 bits being thrown our way. But in a sub form, she gets this super sick OWP emote.
Sure does. Thanks again,
Oh
Shay.
my goodness. Fun fact,
What's a fun fact?
I actually blanked. I actually blanked on the fun fact. I gotta think of
Alright.
a fun fact now.
I got a fun fact for you.
Oh, hit me. Yep.
Shakel is an architect.
Is she really?
I believe
I wonder what she thinks of the Paris map.
probably similar to what we because it's just what we think holds true.
Yeah,
Ooh,
because
ooh, guess what?
What? Hi.
Share
Yeah.
apparently has contributed bits in the past.
In the that we already saw.
All right.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I feel like if I subbed to OWP like 4 months ago, do I get a shout out now?
I subbed last month.
Moshi, thank you for the sub. Like we really appreciate it. Like
Yeah, Forebears. Thank you for
OWP
the
is
sub,
great.
Man. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it. It's been so great having you sub to the stream.
Of course. Well, you know what? It's been a fun time.
What are our next maps, Forebears?
What are our next maps? I should really pull up this document. It looks like our next.
I can tell you what they are.
So why did you ask?
I don't know. I was kind of just prompting you, seeing if you would say something.
Fair enough. Map 4 escort's going to be Rialto or Route 66. It's going to be Breakthrough's choice. Looks like they chose Route 66. And we're about to get in here right now.
We sure are.
We sure are. I'm a fan of Route 66. I feel like if someone were to like make a tier list of all the maps in Overwatch, they'd probably put like Rialto in like A tier, and they put Route 66 in like C tier. I really like Route 66. What do you think about it?
Well, personally, I enjoy calling it Route 66, just
Route?
to make people
Route?
route.
How do you guys pronounce Route 66?
Yeah, tell us in the chat.
Tell us in
settle
the
our
chat.
debate.
We're going to settle our debate. Anyone who's listening right now, by the way, we do have a podcast that's coming out tomorrow. If you want to see both of our faces again, fun fact, Moshi's one of those guests there. Post in confession box on Moshi's pronunciation of Route 66 is terrible, and I'm right. Please do that. And I'm going to read it out on air.
The other map is Rialto. One of my.
Oh my God! It's not.
favorite
It's.
maps.
Did you just say Rialto? It's Rialto.
It's an A. I'm from the Midwest. Rialto.
Oh my goodness! Do you
I can
pronounce your name Moshi Main?
No.
Out of curiosity.
No, I'm not a lion. I have a beautiful head of hair, though.
I don't know what to say to that. Please, breakthrough. My brings leftovers. Please tell me already.
Please
This
choose
is-
a map. We need
Please-
to
no.
get going.
They chose Route 66, didn't they?
Oh, probably. It was lost in all
Alrighty.
of all of our banter.
All of our this is some top tier banter.
And
This
if you
is
want
some-
more banter, come join us in the Overwatch Pretenders pickup games. Pretty much every night at midnight we have pugs. Most popular on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. So,
Yeah. I
if
wonder
you
why
wanna
they're not
come,
popular on Wednesdays, Moshi. You want to plug something else?
Well, I want to tell you that on Wednesdays we have anime watch parties.
Hashtag
with me
Weeb
and
Wednesdays.
Forebears, and it's pretty great. So if you like anime and watching any of the serialized animes, you can come do that too.
We
So are
don't
just a
even watch.
community.
We
We're
don't
just
even
great
watch.
community. Yeah,
It's we play it in the background and we just meme. Oh my God, it's so fun.
It's only when
Um,
you're there. If you've ever been there, when it's just me, Endo, Spidey, Shay, we just chill.
Oh my
We can be
goodness.
flexible. We can be flexible. We can just mute Forebears, and then the problems are solved.
That's yeah, right.
Oh,
You know, I'm gonna get you back for that. Don't worry.
all
I'm gonna get you back for that. But
I'm
here we
waiting for
are.
that.
Here we are at the site of the most recent Overwatch short where Ash and Bob were introduced. Route 66. Let's go. Oh my god. Okay, so Cher just said she just donated bits right now. Frankly, I don't see it. Maybe I missed it. I didn't see it. But under the situation, she did share. Thank you.
Oh no,
for
she
being-
did. She did. She
Wh-
did.
wh-
I can
where?
confirm. Can
Oh,
confirm.
Oh, how much did she donate?
I don't know exactly how much,
But
if
she
you look-
donated.
she sure did. If you look at her.
Oh,
name
her
change,
badge. Yeah.
Here, her badge changed right
Share.
where. Yeah.
Share, thank you for the range of 100 to 200 bits, unspecified amount. We really appreciate you being the mom of Overwatch Pretenders. Happy Mother's Day. You're the best.
Now let's see what our teams have bringing out for us here. Sani on Widow, D30 on Genji, Plugged in
Oh.
on Mercy, Kiwi back on Zenyatta. But look at this. We've got Hoot back on Bastion, Bastion main for life. So Lightbringers leftovers looking for that dive comp. versus that bunker, which is quite an interesting matchup to watch.
And exactly, right? We're going to see sort of a reprisal of that Baptiste bunker, which is going to get a really quick pick here over on King Crimson. Playing up into this, I was about to say double sniper, but it was first Widow, now Sunny's on Hanzo. And it's going to be those Hanzo picks. And possibly it's going to be that Dragon that's going to look to really unseat this bunker from its current position, right? And I think that that's going to be their long-term play here.
Sure is.
Oh my goodness. And there's a civil war going on in the comments on if it's root or route, and people are saying root, and I'm right. But in any case, it looks like Sunny is going to get that pick over on Lust. And this just might be what LBLO needs to be a bit more aggressive.
Something about dive versus bunker, I think, is that dive really has to coordinate versus bunker. There's no room for error. So as you can see here, Endo jumping up onto the high ground, and the big blade coming in, gonna add a huge distraction here, allowing that blade to get a ton of value. Hoot's still alive though, taking out a ton of team members. Endo is the last one left.
Right. And I think it's a 2v4 right now. Quinn and PSI trying to fight up against Sunny, King Crimson, and Endo, and Kiwi, but it looks like this first point will be theirs. Let's talk about ultimates for a second, and we see a lot of them on the side of Breakthrough coming in on this second stretch of the map. And it's, I mean, I don't know what to say, right? Sunny with that Dragon probably holding it for wherever the bunker ends up setting up, and I feel that Hoot's placement is going to be clutch here. They're giving them a lot of space. You know, they're just chilling out at the end of point 2, and here's hoping to be able to take a bit more space coming back.
Yeah, look at that. He's starting taking out Quinn, and then we see Junkrat all coming out. Oh,
and there
right
comes the
Dragon.
Dragon.
That's gonna. Oh, what was that, man? Jeez, that was probably just, you know, an overzealous tank there, right? So
you know, I think it's because Hoot was trying to avoid whoever was on high ground contesting. I think that was D30, and so they just hopped off high ground only to be met face with Hanzo's double dragons. But it looks like this point isn't over just yet. You know, Breakthrough still has a lot of life in them as they just drop back on point, and D30 obviously has other things in store, taking out 2.
Taking out 3, man. That's a big, big blade here.
That's such a big blade.
Doing a ton of work here with Dragon Blade, building it really fast, not dying. Genji,
right.
Not dying as Genji is fairly difficult. So.
And you know, I feel like at this point we would see a Transcendence by 1 more PSI whenever these blades come out, but it looks like the amount of dive that Endo has, just sort of always diving on their back line, is really doing a number on the people who are really enabling Breakthrough during this time. And we are just poking back and forth. D30 getting a good amount of Mercy health. Just going back and forth. I feel like Plugged In is in a bit of a precarious situation right now, but does relocate to high ground as this keeps going forward.
Ooh, Diva Bomb taking out Kiwi. I see still getting values. Big old dragons coming right down the choke point here. Followed up by Endo. You know, taking advantage of that Dragon's Fleet. But he is now alone. He has damage orb on him. He has to be careful not to get taken out. Oh, and he does go down. Oh, Breakthrough looking to have a resurgence here. Taking out 3. Oh, and there goes the rest of the team. They're using this corner to their advantage, definitely.
Exactly, and they're leaving King Crimson demech'd, right? And that's going to be really useful. I think he's going to go all the way back to spawn, swap to something else, swap back to Diva maybe, to get that mech back. No, that's not happening, but they do have a lot of ults coming in. I think that they're putting a lot of resources into D30's Blade. We're going to look for a lot of that coming in, and there we go. That blade comes out. That Transcendence is there for the counter, right? Just effectively nullifying D30's ult, and that Shatter comes out. That is 5 down on the side of Lightbringers leftovers, prompting that Transcendence.
Yeah, that Transcendence looking to give them some recovery here, and Endo making a ton of space with his Primal Rage.
Right.
We have 2 from Breakthrough going down, so that was just kind of like, they were just low on health. They just didn't get healed up quite enough. And that allowed Lightbringers to just kind of force their way in here with their big tanks that they still had alive.
And you know what? Something that I'm really impressed with is Crimson's accuracy with that Diva pistol. Like, he's saying, even though you guys left me demeched, I'm still coming back with a vengeance. I'm still gonna make sure that the people who are dead on the ground stay dead on the ground. I know it's like that's exactly what's happening with Breakthrough right now. They're just waiting to regroup as 6 before pushing out.
Yeah, I think they definitely have a chance here because they're going to try to use that Graviton to its fullest extent. They cannot let the Zarya die. There's 4 in the grab, but there's a Diva Bomb in the air, which is going to space them away, taking out both P30 and Plugged In. That's huge. Endo coming in on the back line, but it's 3v4 here, which can be difficult.
Well, correction. It's 3v4 with a rally, right? So they're still very healthy right now, allowing Quinn to come back, getting that charge on King Crimson, which is wonderful to see. I love these long-range charges when they stick. And it looks like this will be a breakthrough point, unless that Primal does push him out, but that stagger is going to be really, really big. If they play this out right, they can stall for so much time.
Yeah, both Quinn are down. If D30 can get his blade here, or King Crimson can get the Diva mech, they don't have the Diva Bomb. They don't have a shield to protect them. They're relying on their rallies right now. And it looks like Diva is going to have the bomb. But, oh, and look, both of the support ults from Breakthrough are going to be out at the same time.
Right. I think they're just stalling until Quinn gets back, and it looks like now they are back. That blade's coming out, taking out 2, and it looks like that payload is just inching closer to the end there.
Sure is. This seems like an inevitable thing here for Lightbringers, leftovers. One of the best strategies at this point is definitely for Breakthrough to just stall. I see in the Diva mech. It's been great to see a May here. Quinn getting a shatter up on Sunny, but not quite too much else. It's still like a 5v4, and I wouldn't say it's a feed, but they're doing the best they can to stall out.
You know, unfortunately, ultimates don't carry you over the next round, so it's kind of like, feeding an already full pot, right?
Sure is. But I think they did a good job. They got the time under 2 minutes, almost to 1 minute, which is extremely significant numbers. Though. Definitely no slouch from Breakthrough there. Great contest on the last.
And we go again to round 2. Did you notice that sort of like starting on point 3, like coming back, there's just like a random large amount of guns on the ground? Like, you see that, right? Okay, rather if you're on high detail, you'll see that there's just like a bunch of like guns just lying around on point 3. Why can't they just pick them up?
Yeah, why don't they just reuse them?
Why don't they just pick them up? Like, what are you doing?
Oh, I am not on high detail, and I can still even see those guns. There are so many. They're just scattered around.
Oh, you know what it is? It's the U.S. and their stance on climate change. They're like, we're not going to reuse anything. Didn't that one referendum come out recently, and the U.S. was like, nah, we're not going to ban plastic bags?
I don't know.
Stay educated, kids.
Stay in school.
Stay in school.
On drugs. Wait.
Don't. Well, I mean, like take your medications appropriately and prescribed as is by your doctor. Yeah. That's what we mean. That's what they mean.
Sure do. If you need to take painkillers for your back, please don't not take them and be in pain, because we want you to lead a happy life.
All right. Well, yes, unsolicited medical advice. What we come to Overwatch Pretenders for. We're coming up with a dive on the side of Lightbringers Leftovers on defense, coming up on Sombra Goats, really, on the side of attack from Breakthrough. I'm interested to see how this farm mercy is going to play out on the side of Lightbringers Leftovers, especially considering that the only thing that can really contest them is one more PSI and those Zen orbs.
Yeah, that's going to be definitely difficult. Sunny, Farm Mercy uncontested is supercharged, right? And clearly Sunny is focusing one more PSI.
Right, and the rest of that backline.
He knows that's the only one that can protect.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? It looks like though that kill feed just never stops slowing down. D30 taking out Artemu. King Crimson demecking ICU. And they're just sending the entirety of Breakthrough back for a nice cup of coffee over at that diner.
Always tasted like dirt around here. I'm McCree.
Matt Mercer, you have a phenomenal voice. I wish we could see McCree a lot more. I just like seeing DPS players, that's for sure, but it looks like no swaps are coming out. Actually, never mind. Speaking of DPS players, we are going to see McCree. Look at that. Artemu also on Pharah. Looks like they're also going to get a pharmacy of their own to contest Sunny and Plugged In, and we're taking to the skies right now.
We sure are, guys. Man, that payload hasn't moved an inch, though. Quinn and ICU jumping on the high ground there together, looking to get some value, but definitely counter jumped by Endo, forcing them out of the high ground.
Right. And of course,
Quinn very committed.
I feel like Sunny with the barrage is going for this like play right now. Like she's trying to find these tanks and sort of like this nice like hot zone with where the McCree, where the Zen, where the Winston are at, and really just looking to catch them off guard. And I think that Hoot is like really, really wary of Sunny right now. And of course, the rest of LBLO 6 ults, by the way. When did that happen?
Yeah, right. They just kind of farming breakthrough here. We saw Endo. The reason I think that here comes the big blade from D30,
right? But
protected by the Transcendence. Fever Bomb on the follow-up, taking ICU out of mech, and that's going to push breakthrough back again, allowing Endo to dive on the back line.
Exactly. They use 3 ults right there. They still have that Primal, that Transcendence, as well as that Barrage ready to devote next fight. And fun fact, I think a damage boosted Genji Blade can still like dash through 200 HP heroes, which is why we did see people going down there, even through Transcendence, because it is like it's almost like a one-shot, right?
Right. Yeah. Basically. And yeah, if you keep the damage on them. Oh no, Quinn over jumping a little bit here. Getting damage orb and forced to retreat. Oh, Endo jumping on the back line, looking to get that primal. He gets stunned and is able to jump back, but this is going to be a huge split on the back line. Diva Bomb coming across the side. This could be huge here. Taking out 3.
It is huge. Taking out
my
3
God.
and a mech. Oh my goodness. All they do is just clean up on King Crimson, and this payload is all theirs.
Yep, they've got 40 seconds left here. Res on the back line. This is their momentum they needed. It's 3 ults versus 3 ults with another support ult in the wings for breakthrough.
Right.
This could allow them to push it, kind of all the way to the last point. They've been right on their tiptoes the whole time, and it's been looking kind of difficult. But this is the moment. Their moment.
Exactly, and they only have 2 minutes 50 seconds left on the clock. Right. I think last time it was like 3:30 on the side of LBLO when they hit first point. Kiwi gets an easy pick, or rather, forgive me, not an easy pick, a very early pick.
Yeah, it was an early pick. He got sniped. He sniped PSI.
Yeah, well, like being a Zen sniper is hard. I'm not gonna say it's easy at all.
No, not at all. If you ever played Zenyatta in free for all deathmatch, it's
either you're really good or really bad, right? If you see a Zen in deathmatch, right?
If I said I've won a deathmatch match with Zen, what would you say? Oh, big blade coming on the back
don't
line.
know.
Oh, defended by the Transcendence. D30 not getting any value. Sorry for interrupting there, but we had some action going on in the game.
What are we doing talking about free-for-alls, right? But then Nuke is also going to be coming out, not catching anyone. Artemu and D30 trading Winstons here, but Artemu winning out that break battle. This is still a 4v3 on the side of Breakthrough, and they're still going back and forth. ICU, of course, demeching his counterpart on the enemy team, but King Crimson, of course, always there, getting a very quick mech back. But of course,
definitely. That's a huge demech, hugely quick demech on King Crimson too, with Quinn being able to jump back.
Right, but that stagger is going to be really, really important on the side of King Crimson. Over here, we're going to see a bit of a discrepancy in ults on the side of Breakthrough. We do have those tank and those support ults coming out, and over on Lightbringers leftovers, we have both those support ults.
Right, so definitely, they're definitely waiting to pounce here on Breakthrough. But look at this, Quinn.
And it's that primal rage that's going to enable them to almost get that point 21 meters with that rally and that Transcendence. Quinn does go down, unfortunately, taking down all that damage. And both the sound barrier and the nuke is going to allow them to stay on this payload as much as possible. And they're coming in with the primal of his own.
Here's a big Graviton on the back line, taking out 2 of the supports, leaving the team a little bit stranded, and then this might seal the deal here. Transcendence, allowing Breakthrough to get 3 picks. Yeah, you get a DMAC and you get tank support. There goes the rest of King Crimson, and Endo is taken out. Now they have the point. There's 2 minutes left for them to push through the final choke. We know how hard this is, though, so...
We know how hard this third point is. Of course, those early kills were really, really important in allowing them to get this point. And well, it looks like this payload just keeps chugging along. One more PSI taking the high ground, getting a lot of poke in. And it looks like it is just a race to transcendence at this point.
Yep, you got Diva Bomb and you have Quinn with his Primal Rage.
Right. And of course, something to note is that Endo did swap over to Ryan here, right? They're swapping back to this, like, traditional Ryan goats, right? And it looks like Quinn does get the upper hand here in this main tank battle. A lot of people are in this grab, but that rally is going to enable them to stay alive, even though Kim Finn's been plugged in. Do get two right here. That rally of Sunny of his own is going to be a nail in the coffin for this fight, as D30 and Plugged In both get their names on the kill feed.
Yeah, I think it might have been good to save that Primal Rage from Quinn. They still have a minute left, so it's going to be hard for them to build too many walls outside of this Graviton. And look how far back they have been pushed by the Lightbringers leftovers.
Right,
almost to the spawn room.
Those late picks on Artemu, oof, and now Quinn.
Oh, man.
I can't help but think that they're going to need to make a really, really coordinated push if they want to overcome this spawn
30
disadvantage.
seconds remaining.
And this is just the waiting game. Lots of ults coming out on both sides. ICU, Hoot, Lust, and one more PSI. I think they're going in for that grab bob combo once again. But on the other side, there is a Shatter and the grab of their own. It just messed stuff up. Both worlds come out. King Crimson come out with two.
Oh, nothing there from ICU, but King Crimson taking two out.
And this is going to be all she wrote. I think this is going to be a 4-0 on the side of Lightbringers leftovers.
Oh man,
they
great job, guys.
will run away with this series. Lightbringers leftovers wins the series 4-0. Really, really well played to all the people over on Breakthrough. Once again,
Play of the game.
Breakthrough, Artemu, Hoot, ICU, Lust, one more PSI, and Quinn. And Lightbringers leftovers, D30, Endo, King Crimson, Kiwi, Plugged In, and Sunny.
Double
Huge match, guys. Really good on both sides. Even though you have that 4-0 score, both of these were fairly close. Like, it wasn't massively dominated by both teams. Clearly, Lightbringers leftovers were favored as they won.
And
but, like, it looked fun. It looked fun for both teams.
And right before we finally sign off, I just want to ask, hey, who was your player of the match? Has that decision changed yet?
Yeah, let us
And
know, guys.
And Moshi, who was your player of the match?
I think it's just so admirable to see King Crimson on a different class completely and do so great. Like, I wouldn't say that King Crimson had the same value out of their bombs and didn't have the same value out of their defense matrix as far as eating ultimates.
Right.
But they were a consistent, solid threat, and they clearly knew how to use their mechanics. So it's kind of a situation of most improved, right? So graduating from Lightbringers like Legacy, which is the
Academy team.
The Academy team, and coming up into the full level team, the main team, is something that's really admirable. So that's exactly what we want to see players do here.
Yeah.
And that would be my vote for player of the match, just because they have a little bit of a story to tell.
Right.
Potentially.
And my player of the match, it's almost a tie. So I'm just going to give one for each team for this sort of second half. For Lightbringers leftovers, I have to say that D30's blades on Genji, especially in this last round of Route 66, were so good, right? We always like seeing DPS play, and really good DPS play can really carry a game. On the side of Breakthrough, Artemu's Brig and Junkrat, right? Brig on the side of Route 66, Junkrat on the side of on Paris. Those games were so close. Well, the Paris game was so close, and I can't help but really imagine that Breakthrough couldn't thank Artemu for really contributing to a lot of the damage, a lot of healing, and a lot of the sustain that's coming out on the side of Breakthrough. But we don't want to talk your ears off too much because the series is over. Thank you so much for being here. Obviously, we're Overwatch Pretenders. If you're coming in and you don't know what's going on, hey, join our Discord. It's over on our Twitch page right now, and we're just a gold to diamond league that really prides itself on improving, being a really tight-knit community, and of course, making sure that people who want to get better will get better.
Yeah, check
Yeah.
us out at the Discord, swing on by, or you can check us out on YouTube at Overwatch Pretenders on YouTube. We're on Twitter
Exactly.
at OW Pretenders. And then you can check us out here on Twitch at Overwatch Pretenders. So we're all over
Yeah.
the place, and we got lots of cool community stuff going on. So
Yeah.
thank you for joining us, and we hope you enjoyed. I have been Moshi Man, and
Yeah.
my co-caster
And I'm Forebears.
is
Hey.
Forebears.
Sorry about. Yeah, that's me. I'm Forebears. I'm your co-caster. Streamed today by Ryan OS99. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.
Peace out, guys.